talking about our experience at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and I'm also going to be showing you some footage so you guys can see exactly what it was like. I'm going to tell you some of my favorite moments, some tips, some tricks, and some of the downsides that could happen at this party so you guys could be prepared and decide if you want to attend this party next year, because as of right now it is sold out. But I'll already start with one little thing I noticed. When we were in line, we did see some people going up to the front and getting tickets, because sometimes people do cancel last second and you could snag a ticket, but it's going to be the same price and it's very risky because you just don't know if it's going to be available. Now, one of my biggest tips, and I think this is a tip because I've heard some people wait so long to get in, because let me first say the lineup is so intimidating. We got there at probably like 4:03 and it looked like we would be in line for hours, but it only took about 20 minutes, so it was like a breeze. You do get smushed like a can of sardines, and it's like a huge like stack of people just pushing their way through, and eventually it gets funneled out and you go into like the standardized lining. But like I said, it moved fairly quickly, especially for a party, and I was very pleased with that. And it was just overall a very fast process once you do get in the front. Just make sure that you're scanning in and everything, and it'll be no problem at all. Now this might be a tip, but what we did is we actually went to the Contemporary around 2 o'clock, chilled out, got some food, just played at the arcade, kept the kids busy, and then we took a little path from the Contemporary. We did security there, and then we were able to get in line for the tickets, and I think that might have been why it was so quick for us. So I definitely recommend doing that. At the party, it's going to be decorated so gorgeous as just fall, so with a standard ticket you can see those decorations whenever Disney does decorate. You could check online to see when it's expected for them to do it each year, so it already looked stunning. So it was so pretty, which we were so pleased about. We did some rides and we got on so quick. Now we do use the Dash Pass because one of our family members does need it, and honestly the times were pretty short, and sometimes we didn't even use it because it was such a short wait time, even though there were still regular park guests, which I found shocking. But I think everyone was just trying to also get out there early, so that is a huge bonus, because on a standard day at Magic Kingdom it is so crowded and wait times can be crazy. So that's something that we were really glad about, especially with Haunted Mansion. For the Dash Pass, you basically just use the lightning lane, and we were able to just like walk right through it, and typically you cannot do that with Haunted Mansion. And for Pirates, I think we did the same thing. And I think for like Test Track, is it Test Track? No, Speedway. It's a car one. Magic Kingdom. Sorry, so bad, but that one was super quick. We just got on it right away. Same with like the carousel. So a lot of the rides, even throughout the party, are going to have a really low wait time, so that's one of the benefits of going. Now let's talk about the party. So you get about 5 hours, and that may seem like a long time, but to get a good spot at the parade, you really do have to get there like about an hour early. And what we do is we just get there for the show, because it's basically an hour early. We get near the castle is what we decided to do, and that way you'd have a bad view of the show, but it's mostly just to like take your spot for the parade and be close for fireworks, so you don't have to try to get all the way through the crowds to get closer to the castle. We really do like seeing the castle, so I recommend getting there at least an hour early. Get a spot, just chilling, maybe bring like some party food with you, and that way you can really have a great view of the parade and the fireworks. And what we do for the show, the Hocus Pocus show they had this year, we just attended the last one at like 12 o'clock, and we had amazing, like really up close view. So I recommend doing that for the first like show you're waiting before the parade. Just like don't even really bother to watch it, just chill out, because you're not gonna have the best view. I'll show you like kind of where we were from so you guys have an idea of what's a pretty good location. Now for the parade, it was amazing, but I will say people could get so freaking pushy, so you just really have to have patience. And if someone is like trying to get in front of you or anything, just talk to a cast member. I had like kids basically try and get me out of my spot. I don't know, I think they were there with their older sister, and she was like telling them to go up, so we did have like a cast member just escort her away and tell her like, you know, you need to go with your mom, like these people have been waiting for a while, you just can't steal someone's place, obvi. So that was the one incident, but it was annoying. But at the end of the day I wasn't too mad, because there were kids that just weren't being like properly taken care of, you know. So just try to be patient. Like I said, if anyone is like crossing a line, just call over a cast member, especially if you're in front. If you're in back, it's going to be a lot harder. That's why I also recommend just getting there soon so you have a good spot. And if you need help from a cast member, they're always walking through and you can just talk to them. One of my favorite things that happened was seeing the Headless Horseman ride through Main Street. It was absolutely amazing. We were like, I guess, past Main Street, closer to the castle. I'll insert some footage. Now, this part is so iconic and cool. However, if it does rain even a little, I've heard that he will not come even if the rain has stopped. So this is something that you need to hope for, but not necessarily expect, because you just never know what's going to happen. Now, personally, I love seeing the castle and all the animations they have. So we did move up pretty close and we had a really good view, but I know some people like just seeing the fireworks, so if that's the case then you can move back a little. The front of the castle really did not get crowded at all until about 10 minutes, and even then some people did kind of get in front of us, but we just moved even closer, which is amazing, like how he moved closer. Like typically you can't do that in Magic Kingdom, but we were able to move even closer and see perfectly. So another great thing. Like I said, you really do have to just manage your expectations, because yes, this is a lower sold like ticketed party, but it still gets very crowded and people are going to be rude no matter where you go. Even at Disney there are some rotten apples, so just keep that in mind. And if you can move around like we did, move around so that way you can find a spot that you will really enjoy and have a great view from. Now, I will say another thing is do your trick-or-treating towards the end, because the lineups can be about 15 minutes when the party starts. Then towards the end you can literally just like walk right through, get your candy, and you keep going through the same line over and over and really pile it up if you want to. And I know another thing is, well, does the candy melt? Yeah, it's going to melt, but not necessarily right away. For us, it was our candy melted like on checkout day when we had to check out and then put our stuff in our car while we chilled at the pool and stuff. That's when the candy melted. So if you were just going to be going like on a plane or something right after, then you don't really have to worry about it. It did melt for us during that night. So that's just something that you don't have to worry about if that's your case. But if you're getting a car after like checking out, or you can even do bell services, like we could have done bell services too, which would have prevented that. So just some tips there, and just make sure you do tip when you use the bell services at the front of your resort. Something that I was the most, this is probably actually was most annoyed about, is getting the food, because you cannot mobile order and the lines can take a while. And like I said, you really only have 5 hours of solid party time, so waiting like 20-ish minutes does eat away at it. So what I recommend doing, what my family did, is me and the kids just went, chilled, sat down, relaxed, talked, enjoyed the vibe, and my spouse went and got our food. And like I said, that did take about 20 minutes, so that's something to consider. It just also, I think, depends what you want to try, because we did go to the Cheshire Cafe and that was much quicker. We got a few things there. So just look at the lineups and know if it's a big line, you might be there for a lot longer than somewhere that has a smaller lineup. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video so helpful, and if you have any comments or questions, let me know down below, and don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe. If you have any just questions about the party that I did not cover, then just ask down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you want to see more Disney videos, make sure you are following, so because I have a bunch of more fun videos to post, especially about like hauls and just reviews and just a lot of really insightful things. Anyways, I hope you all are doing great. Bye.